Hello, friends. Today, let's talk about maxims in legal parlance. Now, the word maxim comes from Latin word maximus, which means great. Maxims are short and concise sentences that lays down a moral rule or a code of conduct in a very concise manner. In legal parlance, maxims generally refer to any established principle of law. Now, currently, Latin is not a regularly spoken language in the world, although it is still taught as an optional language in many European countries. But for most of us who have no clue about Latin, we are quite often bombarded with these maxims, which are spelled in English, look quite familiar, but mean nothingness to us, especially as we enter the first year of law college. And so, for most of us who have no clue about this language, maxims are so frequently used in legal parlance that it becomes a tough task for us as students to understand and remember them. So, in this video, I will share with you some of my personal, very simple and easy tricks to understand and remember these maxims. So, let's get started. Number one, ab initio. It means from the beginning. Now, the easiest way to remember this is that the word initio is quite similar to the word initials. What are initials? They are the first letters of anybody's name, isn't it? Or the beginning of somebody's name. So initio or initials means the beginning of a name, the first word of your first letter of your name. So that is the easiest way to remember. Ab initio means from the beginning. Let's take the second one. Actionable per se. That means the act is punishable by itself. Per se always means by itself. So if you forget per se, just try to see it looks similar to the word person if you just add on at the end, person. So a person can be himself, herself, itself. So itself. And actionable means what? Actionable means something on which an action can be taken, something that's punishable. So an act that is punishable by itself becomes actionable per se. Let's come to the third one, Amicus Curiae. Amicus Curiae basically means friend to the court. Now, the easiest way to remember this is, in English, amicable means friendly, favorable, right? And cure can be considered similar to the word cure. What is cure? Cure is a relief. So, a friend who gives you a relief is an amicus curiae. But here, the friend is not our friend, but a friend to the court. This person is not a party to the proceedings, but is appointed by the court to assist in the proceedings. That's amicus curiae, friend to the court, an amicable relief providing friend to the court. That's how you would remember it. Friends, I would just like to add here that these shortcuts that I'm telling you, they do not always have I'm not doing a literal translation of Latin into these words, right? So I'm just giving you an easy way to remember them, to relate them to English so that you can reference them whenever the need arises. Let's go on to the next one, bona fide. Bona fide simply means in good faith. Now, it's similar to the word bon, which means good. For example, if somebody travels, we say bon voyage, or somebody's eating in Italia and you would say bon appetit, isn't it? That means good food. Eat well, isn't it? So bon means good and fide means faith, good faith, in good faith. Let's move on. This is a longer one. Ignorantia juris non excusat. What does this mean? It simply means ignorance of law is no excuse. And I'll tell you a very simple way to remember it. Ignorantia is similar to the word ignorance, isn't it? Ignorance means you're ignoring something, you're not paying attention to something. Juris, anything that is juris has something to do with law, okay? Jurisdiction, jurisprudence. So it is something that is related to the legal things. So, ignorantia is ignorance, juris is law, excusat is similar to the word excuse, and non-excusat means cannot be excused. So, ignorance, law, not excused. That means ignorance of law is no excuse. Let's move on to the next one. In dubio pro reo. That means in doubt for the accused. Now, how do you remember this? Dubio is similar to the word dubious or doubtful. Dubious means to be doubtful about something. So, in dubio means in doubt. So, what do you do when in doubt? Pro reo. Pro is what? Pro means in favor. When we make an argument, we look at the pros and the cons of it. Every decision, we always look at the pros and cons of it. What are the pros? What are the benefits? What are the cons? What are the disadvantages, isn't it? So pro means the advantages or the good points about it. And reo can be remembered as respondent. So in doubt for respondent, that is for the accused. So in doubt pro reo means in doubt for the accused. So whenever the court is in doubt, the decision should always go in favor of the accused. Then let's come to the one that is very frequently used in legal parlance, res ipsa loquitur. It means the thing speaks for itself. It's a very, very popular maxim in negligence cases. What it means is that here, in these kind of cases, the damage speaks itself about the wrong that has been inflicted by the other party. How do you remember? Res always in Latin means things. Okay? Now ipsa, if you remove the p and you add a t there, it becomes ipsa, itself. Okay? So res is things, itself, loquitur. Now this is a bit tricky, but the way I would suggest is quit can be quit, but can also be remembered as quiet. So low quiet means something that is not quiet, that is, it is speaking. So things itself speaking, the thing speaks for itself. So res ipsa loquitur means that the thing speaks for itself. Then let's come to alibi. Alibi means to be at another place. Okay? Now, alibi is similar, very similar to the word Alibaba, and we all know its story. There was this woodcutter who learned the magic spell to open the door of a cave where the robbers would hid their booty. He steals their riches, becomes prosperous. So what happens is, he lives in one place, he goes to some other place, and then he finds all their booty and comes back and lives a very happy, rich life. But the way it is used is not so fairy tale-ish. It's more frequently used in criminal cases to show that the defendant was at some other place and not at the crime scene. Okay? But an easy way to remember alibi is by the story of Alibaba, that he was somewhere else to make money and comes, after becoming rich, comes back to his own country. Then comes the ninth one. Actori incumbit onus probandi. That means the burden of proof is on the plaintiff. Now, let's try to understand this very simply. Actori is similar to the word actor. In a legal case, who would be an actor? The plaintiff, the person who's filing the case. He is the first actor in the whole scenario. Incumbent means what? Incumbent. That is responsibility. We say it's incumbent upon you to follow the law. It's your responsibility to follow the law, isn't it? Then comes onus. Onus means burden, onus of proof, burden of proof. And probandi. Probandi is similar to the word proof. Okay? So plaintiff, responsibility, burden, proof. How do we join these words together? Basically, the burden of proof is on the actor, that is the plaintiff, to prove that the respondent is the wrongdoer. And let's come to the last one for the day, Audi alteram partem, which basically means listen to the other side. Audi is similar to the word audible. Audible means to hear, to listen. Alteram is similar to the word alternate. Alternate means the other option, the other side of it. Partem means part. So, listen, other option, part. That means listen to the other party's point of view before you pass a judgment against them. So, Audi alteram partem basically means that no man here doesn't mean just a man, no man or woman shall be condemned unheard. The judge has a responsibility to listen to the arguments from both the sides. So, friends, I hope this video will help you remember these Latin maxims more easily and just recognize their meaning once you read them. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you soon with another video. Till then, goodbye, take care, and have a great day.